Do I already? Oh my gosh, I already have viewers. Okay, wow. Hi, guys. I hope you can hear me. I have my Bluetooth on, so that way you guys can hear me no matter where I am. Okay, sorry. Trying to figure out this tripod. I have a legit tripod for you guys now. Hey, Manny. Sorry I wasn't able to respond to your messages on Instagram. Hey, Marsom! Yay, you guys can hear. Awesome. Okay, great. Don't hear me picking my nose right now. Sorry. I actually have this really weird thing. Oh, UK, congrats. Sorry, and I'm talking about picking my nose. I have this thing actually where like if I feel anything in my nose, I have to get it out. I will grab tissues and I will get that sucker out. Gay little man. I wonder who that is. I think I know who that is. And that better be who I think that is. All right, guys. We are going to be working on this painting some more. As you guys can see, I actually did work on it some more. One guess. Just one. Just one. I have no makeup on today because it's the first day of school and I was planning on crying my eyes out. So I purposely did not put on makeup today. Thankfully, I did not cry my eyes out, but when I was uploading pictures right now, I almost did. So I am going to show you guys some stuff that I got though. I got myself some new brushes and they're all falling everywhere. Okay. So these white ones with the purple handles, I got these at Walmart, so they're not the greatest. Still not the greatest of brushes. Oh, thank you, Manny. Thank you, Rarsum. You guys are so sweet. But I actually have a fan brush now, so maybe we'll incorporate some Bob Ross action in here. I don't know. I refer to Bob Ross so much. I'm sorry, but that man is a god. But yeah, I got these paint brushes because they looked really nice. They look like much better quality than the other brushes that I've had for a very long time. So we're gonna give these a go, and they'll probably pretty much be like a first impression review as we go along. And yeah, so here's the thing. This painting is driving me nuts. Has a no smoking coming and had a rough week and got back into it. Oh, I'm sorry, Manny. Yeah, actually, that's actually why I'm really glad that school's back in session because I need the time to focus on painting so that way I don't allow myself to smoke because I've actually been smoking a little bit more than I have been lately. So I'm trying to cut back on that again. So we're going to be painting a lot. No, oh, Manny, you're so sweet. But this painting in particular actually is a gift. I'm not going to say for who because they do watch my videos and I don't want them to know. But yeah, this is going to be a gift for somebody very special, and it's driving me nuts though. So this area right here, I worked on the last time, and I was just really tired, really drained, so I didn't want to live stream. But I have been working on this side a lot, and it's, like I said, it's been driving me nuts. But I think I figured out what I can do here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate some green in here to help kind of break this up, to make it a little bit more appealing to the eye, at least to my eye. And I'm also going to be working on over here. I need to finish the background in this area behind this tree that I put in. Now, you might be wondering why I'm working on backgrounds when I already put in a tree over here. And that's on purpose because I put the tree in here to see how thick I was going to have the tree, how big I needed it to be, and that way I can also incorporate the flowers that are going to be down here around the tree and, you know, help incorporate that in it. So this is basically just a guideline. And also so that way I don't have to go ham on the background area with the textures and colors and everything. Because if you can save yourself some effort and save yourself some time and paint, definitely I recommend you do that. So that's also why I have the tree here, so that way I can see where it's going to go, where most of the foliage is going to be, so that way I know where to kind of avoid, where I don't need to focus on so much, and where I do need to focus on. And of course, we're going to be filling in this area over here as well. I'm going to be doing what I can to get this painting finished here because I have so many paintings. I have so many ideas. And I have one for my lovely, awesome, wonderful former coworker, Jose, who requested a painting. And I'm really, really excited to paint his because I have this very wicked idea for him. And I know he's going to love it. And I know he's here watching. So love you, Jose. And I know you're going to love it. I'm really excited to work on it. Really, truly. So let me see. What colors do I need here? I actually did buy some more colors. I found out this week that one of my friends is getting married on first. Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. I love October weddings. They are the best. My best friend is actually getting married at the end of next month, so that's going to be fun. I actually got some True Yellow, and these are all the apple barrel paint, which are like 50 cents at Walmart, but they actually work really well. If you want to invest in higher paint qualities, I always recommend start with water-based paints like this first because they're very forgiving. There's some things about them that are not very consistent, like the textures of them, the quality of them. Like some are more transparent than others, some are more opaque, some are more not so great. And oh wow, that rhymed a little bit. Anyway. Some of them are more runny than others too. Some are very thick and some of them are very thin. So you want to be very careful when it comes to these cheaper brands. I just like them because they're also easier to wash off of your palettes. This is my very loved palette. I have cleaned it, I promise, but it just doesn't look like it because I haven't spent a whole lot of time on this. Real, true acrylics, not the water-based ones, they're very hard to clean off your palettes once they dry. So keep aware of that. But here we also have palm leaf and spiced carrot. Let's see here. We also have chocolate bar for a real nice warm toned brown. Let's see. We also have lime sherbet. Sherbet, I don't know. Anyway, English ivy green. I actually already have English ivy green, but I bought some more of it because I've been using it a lot on this painting, and I really like this color. It's a nice muted dark toned green. It's very pretty. We have another orange, which is a harvest orange. I realized I don't have a lot of oranges, and the oranges I do have, I'm running out, so I bought 2 more oranges for that reason. I wanted more, but it's back to school, so my Walmart was pretty picked through. I also got more Christmas tree green. I don't know if you guys remember from the last live stream painting. I use a lot of Christmas tree green in this painting. So I just got some more just because the hell, YouTube? Sorry about that, guys. I would take off my Wi-Fi, but I think it might actually disrupt the connection more. So I think we're just going to have to make do with what we have. I'm sorry. But anyway, I got the lime sherbet, I don't know. I got the lime sherbet color because it was the closest I could find to this one. This is the Americana brand, and this is the Hauser Light Green. I think you can get this at Michael's. They don't sell this at Walmart. And so I was trying to find a green that was as similar to this as possible, and I got lime sherbet for that. It's definitely very different. It totally helps with my bright green background. Oh, so sorry, Rasa, but thank you for stopping by for the quick little time that you were here. I really appreciate it. But yeah, as I was saying, like you can see here, like the differences. Yeah, here, let's do it this way. The difference is that this is more muted, definitely more yellow as well. And this is definitely more of just like a very light green. You know, I don't think so, Manny. I did go on my email just the other day and I didn't see anything. So I'm not 100% sure if I got something from it, from your email. Did you send it to me through Instagram? Because I did notice that you sent me something through Instagram, and I haven't been able to check it out because, again, back to school, I've been really busy. I've been really busy. I actually missed out on a D&D game the other night because I was so busy trying to get my kids ready for first day of school. But let's see. Let's go back to our reference. I always use references. Again, references for me are just something to use as a guideline to make sure I have lighting in the correct places, that I'm using colors wisely, that I'm not just like adding colors that don't really complement each other or don't go well, and also just to kind of keep a theme. I have done a lot of changes in regards to my reference. As you can see, my painting is nothing like my reference. It's similar in certain aspects, but it's also very different. And that's really how paintings should be. They should be your own little world. They should be your own taste, your own twist. So that's what I did. She missed it and yet still got the killing blow. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Killing blow. Oh no! I wonder if people are losing connection on their end too, because my viewer count just dropped very drastically. Crap, I have to take my ring off because I'm just whacking it on everything and I don't want to get paint on it. So, alright. Just going over my reference here. I think what I need to do is I need need to just add in a little bit more green. Oh, okay, alright, I'll check it out after the live stream here. Oh, D&D. Yeah, I missed out on the game, and yet my character still got the killing blow. And it was a dragon. My character is pretty badass. She can kill with one shot of her crossbow. I love my character. Maybe one of these days I'll draw her, but I really like painting right now, and plus I'm investing myself a lot into this because a lot of people are actually asking me to buy my paintings off me, which is weird. It's so weird. Why do you want to buy my paintings? But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to just add some more green, more leafy. Maybe toy around with that a little bit. I think we're going to do that. Alright, so I'm going to try this lime sherbet. I'm going to mix some of the other color in it, though, as well, because this also does seem to have like a blue tinge to it. And so in order to make it close, I want to add some of this other color. Don't forget to shake your bottles. Oh, that's okay, Jose. Thank you for stopping by. Love you, miss you. And I can't wait to start your painting. I really can't. Oh my god. I need to sketch that out. I actually have a couple painting ideas I need to sketch out first. Not on the canvas, but on a spare piece of paper. Just because it'll help me get a better idea as to what I want to do. How I want to go about it, especially. I want to make sure I don't make too many mistakes. Mistakes are bound to happen. It's part of painting. But definitely don't want to make too many mistakes. So I'm just mixing, what was it? It was the Americana brand. It's the Hauser Light Green. No worries, guys, no worries. I will be here. I am here to entertain. Well, I'm going to be here for at least another hour. Yeah, at least another hour. It's 1:30 right now. Because we're just here to paint. We're just here to have some fun. Let's see. How's that color? Oh, I actually like that color. That is a really nice color. I don't like it. So I'm just bringing my brush up to the canvas to just compare the color and to the other green tones that I have here. Of course, it is going to dry a little bit different, but you always want to make sure that you test your color first before you actually touch it to the canvas. But this one's a little light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off my brush. This color would be great for a highlight, not for setting the color. So I'm going to use, not that English Ivy, I'm going to use the one that's already open. And I'm gonna go ahead, put that down. I'm gonna put in a touch of Christmas tree green. If I can get through all these paints that I have now. Jesus. Christmas tree green. It's just to add a little bit more color to it so it's not so muted. So you can see the colors right there. I've actually been watching a lot of tips and tricks videos when it comes to acrylic paints. And it's really funny to watch those now that I've already been painting for a while and I seem to have this weird unnatural knack to it. Because apparently all their tips and tricks are things that I already do. Some of their tips and tricks I don't, and that's just personal preference, and they even say that it's personal preference. But it's really interesting to find these videos that teach you these tricks with art or with paintings or even with acrylics specifically, as what I'm painting here with today. It's really interesting to see that, you know, people actually are giving the same tips that I've already been incorporating into my own work. Just saturating the brush, making sure I scrape off any excess, and my fiance has to send me stuff on Facebook, even though he knows it's going to give me out and it's going to take my attention away from the live stream. That's what fiancés do. Just going to bring some green in here. Going to kind of incorporate it into this color right here. I don't think I like that brush too much. This brush I think has warped into a place where I don't like it to be. So I'm going to have to work with that brush another time and maybe fix it, fiddle with it, fiddle with it. There we go. Here we go. Let's try one of these newer brushes. Ooh. Don't ask me the brand. Oh, it's Crafter's Choice. Oh wait, is it Crafter's Choice? I don't know. It says Royal and a word I don't know. Langnickel? Royal and Langnickel. Oh yeah, it's going to be reversed for you guys, so I don't even know why I'm going to try. I forgot that it's mirrored when it's live stream. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's so far away. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, I can. Oh, I can. I can zoom. All right, so then let's get you guys a little bit more into the area where I'm working at. There we go. There we go, so you can see what I'm doing here. Don't want to be too precise, just kind of want to help bring out that green back into all of this. So any of these darker areas, I'm just going to kind of fiddle with. Don't want to fiddle it to death, but I definitely do want to add some more color. Break this up a bit, because it's just it's just a little too much pink, too much reds, too much oranges. That's just kind of splattered all over. I'm also looking at you guys, and I'm looking in this area here, and I think I need to help bring out those greens again over here, just to help break this up, because it's kind of annoying me how it's just so blah, if that makes sense. So again, loading up the brush, just taking the tip of the brush to dip it into the color so it's nice and saturated. And going back down over in here in this area to help lift this off the ground. So it's got like a little bit of a bump up, if that makes sense. So let's see here. Don't mind me, I'm just making weird noises. It's what I do. I make weird noises when I think. So now, while my brush is still a little dirty, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip a little bit. Show you here. There we go. Dip a little bit into that lighter green while my brush is dirty. And that's where I'm going to just kind of go in and splatter some contrast and highlights into this. And I don't want it to look like brush strokes, don't want it to look like it's all the same, but sometimes I do want this to look a little blended. Not all of it, just enough. So then again, just wipe off the excess paint. Saturate it with that darker color. And just lightly dip into that lighter green. And then just going back in here. Rotating my brush a bit just to kind of help change the flavor, if that makes sense. I know paint and flavor, but you know, hey, words are words. Ah! Thank you. Thank you, Candace. I really wish that the chat had like a little bit of a ding or a ring, just so that way I knew when you guys would comment, but I can understand how that would get really annoying really fast. Especially with some chats of like YouTubers that have like much bigger audiences. I can only imagine how that would just be like, like, Jesus Christ. Like, turn it off. Just trying to bring some of that color around, make it, don't want to make it look like it has any pattern at all, because the human eye is very trained into seeing patterns naturally, and you want to avoid that as much as possible. See, now I'm just messing with the color, just kind of smudging it in, because as it comes out this way, I don't want the highlights to be as prominent, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be muting some of these down over here. Do want them to still have some sort of a highlight, so that's why I still put down a highlight, but don't want it to be too much. By the way, Candace, thank you again for joining. All right. I think that helped it for me, but now I got to go back in some of those red, pinks, and oranges. Before I do that, though, do I want to use these greens before they dry up on my palette? Yes, I do believe I do. Now, again, I just use my reference as a way of, like, knowing where I'm at, knowing where I want to be, knowing whether or not I want to add certain shadows or hues or whatnot. Just kind of help keep the painting interesting, keep it alive. I have you guys on an official tripod now. This is awesome. Just gonna scoot you over. Because while I still have these greens on my palette, I'm going to use them. I'm going to use my old nasty brush. Use my old nasty brush. Is it going to focus automatically? I don't think it will. It will not. Oh, well. So I have this really old nasty brush. It's very dry. It's very well loved and hated all at the same time. And I love this brush, actually. It's one of my favorite brushes. I use it for textures and adding, you know, like fullerness in the trees. Hold on, let me see what was that you said. Doing shadow for the gate and depth. Tripod, yeah. Nasty stipple brushes. Yes, nasty stipple brushes are your best friends. Yes, I am going to be doing shadows eventually from the gate. I'm going to do a shadow showing that the glow of the sunset is causing a shadow cast. I don't know if I'm going to live stream that just because that's going to take a lot of concentration for me to do all those fine details and everything. Um, but I am going to incorporate that eventually. Before I fill in this tree on this side is when I'm definitely going to be doing all of that. It's going to have to be before I do that tree because I got to get all these highlights and whatnot on the pathway as well. So that has to be done before I do the tree. I think the tree is going to be one of the last things that I do. So I'm going to take that darker color first. Again, that is English ivy mixed with Christmas tree green. So it's a nice, muddy, muted, dark green. And it's beautiful to just put in. Hold on. Just want to make sure I don't have too much paint. Just put in some nice dark colors. Don't want to hide all the branches and trunks and whatnot that are showing through. Just want to come in here and put some of this color in. I also want to add more color up here. I saved that part specifically to add some green because I didn't want it all orangey red. There we go. It's so hard to see with that green background. Ah, I hate these walls. God, I hate these walls. Can't wait to paint these walls. We're gonna paint the walls like a silvery gray, like a light silvery gray. Very light to help bring some light into this room because this room gets dark. I have blackout curtains. That's why. Helps keep the heat out, the summer heat. Just going back in and kind of not really finagling with it, but just making sure that I have the color at full opacity, and that it's not so uniformed because the brushes can do that. The brushes can make really uniformed splotches, and you really don't want that. You want it to look natural. So I rotate my brush around as I just kind of like fiddle around with it. Go back up here. There we go. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Probably not as much on this side. I'm probably just going to a little bit of that. Push that paint around so it's not so uniform yet again. Just to let you guys know, I will be keeping an eye on the time because I have to get my kids from school. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be able to start live streaming earlier. So I'll have more time. I want to have more time. Oh, a night sky mural. You know, actually, the fast forward shot that you're talking about there, Candace, yeah, I have been thinking about that. I have a lot more paintings in mind. In fact, I just bought a bunch more canvases. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, let's see, it's 1:45 now here on the West Coast. So it's going to be about at least another hour before I have to go. So don't worry. We have time. And excuse me for my burping. I had Cracker Barrel earlier, so my mom treated me. I hope my dad's not watching this. Oh boy. Okay, anyway. Let's see, what other colors do I want to add in here? You know, I think I already have some oranges in there. I'm good with that. I do want to add some more violets, though. Oh, in September, yeah, here on the West Coast, well, in Nevada anyway, school started today. It's annoying because every year it seems like they're trying something different. They're trying to try my patience. And they're trying to get school to be all different every year. God, this is really a bad close-up. I'm sorry. um, oh, Canada, yeah. Oh, purple. That's what I needed. I needed more purple, too. I went shopping for paints, Candace, so that's what I'm telling myself. I needed to buy more purple. But I'm going to be going to the store here again, more than likely later this week. So I just got to remind myself to get more purple. So, but yeah, school has started. My little baby is in kindergarten. My first baby is in 5th grade and making me feel old as crap. Ugh, these kids, I'm telling you. So what I'm doing here is I'm just adding some of the purples. I'm not trying to add too much here because this can be a little heavy and it can take too much of the eye. I wish I would stop doing that. There we go. Okay. Thank you for the lavender. Yes, I love the lavender too. It's very pretty. I kind of feel like it adds like a more interesting touch. Kind of catches the eye a bit, helps it be something a little bit more than just, you know, the typical tones that you're used to seeing. I think I added a bit too much there, but that's okay. Can always fix that. Just gonna add a little bit stronger on this side because we want it stronger on the side where there is light. As you guys can see, I have already some purple lather on these sides. So we want to kind of keep with that theme. We don't want to go too far outside of that. When the paint gets a little faded on the brush, then you can go back here a little bit. Maybe add some up here. That's about it there. And then back over here. We want it back a nice little stronger. Maybe add somewhere there's not a whole lot of color, just, I don't know. Just 'cause. Our world, dang it. It's our world. We can do what we want. As Bob Ross always says, this is your world. Make it your world. But yeah, this painting is a gift, as I mentioned before, so this is definitely something I can have full play because it's a gift. I still want to make it look nice though because it's an awesome reason. There you go. See, you get me. You get me, Candace. I love it. I mean, I'm going to take some of that darker green again, though, just to kind of add a little bit of shadow underneath that purple. Maybe even up in it to kind of break it up so it's not too uniformed. There we go. I think that helps a lot. Sometimes just trying different things helps. Play with a teeny tiny macabre thing like evil fairy. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've always loved paintings like that, actually, where you put in, like, little Easter eggs, and you just put, like, a little thing, and, like, only some people catch it, and they're like, oh, there's that in that painting, or there's that in that picture, and everybody else is just like, huh? What? It's like, oh, yeah, no, only the special people that catch it know about it. I've thought about doing that with my paintings, like just having like a little Easter egg. I don't know if I will though. Maybe eventually down the line I will, but I'm not too terribly clever when it comes to stuff like that. My fiance is more clever than I am. He's very clever with his comebacks as well. He's a smart ass. Yeah. See? Yeah, we get each other, girl. We get each other. Yeah, I love paintings like that where there's just like a little something hidden throughout the painting. I think that's really cute. It's really cool. I think it's extremely clever though too. It's like one of those things of like, oh, I see what you did. Yeah, no, I mean, I've definitely given a lot of things a lot of thought, and oh, I like how this is kind of popping. This is pretty. I'm gonna add some more like oranges and golds later on though. So just remember your light source. Remember where you want your highlights. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to take away the dark, because without the dark you can't appreciate that light. As the wonderful late Bob Ross always tells us, don't take away your dark. But yeah, I've thought about a lot of things to do with my paintings and with my work and everything. It's so much I want to do, but I don't know. I just don't find myself to be clever enough to do that. I don't know. Maybe. Everybody always tells me that I don't give myself enough credit, and maybe I don't. I'm sure I don't. Knowing me, I really probably don't. There you go. Just on the edges there too. Don't want to. There we go. Ooh. That is quite nice. Aww. Silver. Did I use silver? The only silver or gray really that I used was to do these little pillar bowl decorative things. What I did use on the plants was that purple lavender that you saw me using, and then I lightened it with some white and highlighted the tops of those, just to add dimension on that. Yeah, the nasty stipple brush. The nasty stipple brush. Yeah. This brush is amazing. It creates things for you. It really does all the work for you, and it really helps a lot to have brushes that do that work for you, so you're not sitting there finagling with everything for several hours, if not days. I should name this brush. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to think about that one. Bruce's stipple brush. I don't know. I think I want to. Well, let's see. The name on the brush itself is Daler. It's Daler and Ronnie, or Daler Bright, number 8 brush. Daler Ronnie, Rowwney. Daryl. You know what? Yeah, Daryl. I've watched Outsiders. He's a Daryl. This is a Daryl. Never thought I would name my brushes, but I love it. I love it so much. Actually, I'm not going to put Daryl away just yet. I really want to finish these trees. I'll come back down in there again, but I do want to finish these trees while I'm on this roll that I have. I will add some orange back into this, some brighter orange, since I actually got some brighter orange. Let's try some of this spiced carrot. It's not too terribly bright, but I'm hoping it's bright enough. So what we'll do here is we'll just, ooh, oh yes, ooh, I like mama like, ooh, I really like this. Can you tell? Can you tell? I really like this orange. Ooh, it's a perfect, like a burnt orange that I have been searching for. It helps give that sunsetty glow that I have been looking for. I am a happy painter. Ooh, I'm not nearly as mad at this painting now as I was a little bit ago. Ah, oh, this is so nice. Yeah, and I'll add some more of this orange back over here too to help clear up some of that darkness that's kind of gotten it a bit cloudy. a bit sad over here. It's a little dark. Not have it so dark. I want to have it, you know, some light. We need some light in our life to help appreciate that dark. There we go. There we go. And we can bring that over in here. Again, to help with that sunsetty glow. And while it's thinner over here too, it won't take away that too much of that brightness of the green. Ooh! A little out of focus, but there we go. I think that really helped. Break this up a bit up in here so that it's not too sharpened of a color. There we go. See, I kind of finagle with the colors a bit until it's just to my liking, and then I let it go. Because you can work color to death, and you don't want to do that. Don't ever want to do that. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. So nice. Orange. I'm happy. Can you tell I've been a little bit frustrated with this painting? Just a wee little bit. Just a wee little bit. Not too terribly much. All right, let's see. What time is it right now? Okay, good. Okay, I gotta check the time, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta check the time. Okay. I am really liking that. I am happy. I'm very happy with that. I think I'm gonna add... What am I gonna add? Do I want to add some blue to that? Do I? I don't know. I'm gonna check my reference. As I said, I check my references just to make sure that like I'm making things to my liking. I won't add some blue, but I will add some... Let me see what I have here. Sorry for getting in the way. I'm sorry. I'm picking out some more color. Okay. So I have palm leaf green. I think this is a little too light, but I'm going to mix it with... Oh, I got to shake it first. Always shake your water-based paints. I'm going to mix it a little bit with that darker green that I had. Just kind of mute it out a little bit, just so that way it's not too terribly bright. But it is a little bit brighter just to break up some of that orange, break up some of this craziness we have going on over here. I might even just keep it a little bit marbled. There we go. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Bring some of that down here too, just to kind of help incorporate that. Because I really like that. There you go. How does that look on camera? Oh, you know what? You guys are a little far away. Let me angle you. Actually, I'm going to have to turn you the other way, so I got to loosen the other screw. All of us have screws loose here in this house. In this house especially. I'm going to lower you guys a little bit here. Just so you can see a little bit better as to what I'm doing. Ooh, wow. That zoom's a bit sensitive, isn't it? Okay. So what I did here is I have this green, and I mixed a little bit of, with this darker green. Oh, you're so sweet. As a triple clef. You know, that's actually really clever. I just like gates with the curved iron S's. To my fiance, no, actually, I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be fine. I know my mom will let me know as well if I lose track of time. So I think I'll be good. I'll be a good girl, I promise. There we go. go. All right. Really do like this green. So I'm going to add some of this over on the other side as well. Let me direct you guys over to the other side. Let's not look at my paintings or my paintbrushes. So just in an ugly little dollar can from Target. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out just a tiny bit. Ah! Okay. Let's leave that alone, Sarah. Okay, so so on the other side of this bush here, we're gonna go over here. Just gonna kind of blend in some of those trees. Just to help blend those in. Gonna again use that combination of the light and dark green, making it nice and kind of marbled so it's not too obnoxious of colors. It's just nice and muted, but also complementary to what we're doing here. So there we go. I kind of like that. Go back up here. So I'm just going to kind of add some of this green up in here as well, just to kind of bring some consistency. Don't have to do this because this is probably all going to be covered up by the tree we're going to put in front of it anyway at some point, so don't have to do this. But you can if you want. There you go. Bring some color texture, color variances. Alright, just kind of moving my head around so that way I don't get a glare. Because that's kind of what I'm getting right now. It's just a wee bit of a glare. Just for me personally. Okay. Alright, I'm going to fiddle that to death if I don't stop there. Okay, so I'm going to now move you guys further down. Go back over in here. The flower region. I think it's just all like, maybe I need to move some of my lights. I'm gonna try not to bump you guys too much. Oh, I'm already bumping you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're in my boob. That's alright. We're gonna work this out together. Okay. Let's see. Is that better lighting? I'd like to think that's better, but I don't think the camera knows how to focus on it since it's all kind of blurry and it's a painting, so it's all like, oh my god, what am I focusing on? I use old candle pots from Walmart for my brushes. Oh, candle pots, yeah. I actually, I got this little bucket from the dollar bin at Target a couple of years ago, actually. I don't know if they sell these during the winter time anymore. That's good. Let the camera freak. Yes. That's how you know your painting is good, if it can't focus on it and it's just like, what are we looking at? Speaking of computers, though, have you seen the it's on Twitter, and it's this guy who made his computer watch like 1,000 hours of Bob Ross videos, and then made the computer come up with a script for a Bob Ross episode, and it is the most terrifying thing I ever seen or read or anything. It is creepy as hell. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of white to this lighter green here that I did some of the highlights for, because, well, first off, I need to, am I going to use my newer brush again? I did actually like it. Where did that go? Well, I have this one, but where did that brush go that I was using earlier? Yeah, it was nice. Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yes, I did. Yeah, it's dirty. Yay. Excuse me. I'm going to use some of I'm going to use an older brush actually right now real quick because I forgot I needed to highlight those bushes in the background there, but I'm not going to highlight them too much. I don't want them to stand out too far, so I'm just going to... We're just going to do a little duplets. I'm just using my finger to kind of smudge it around just so that way it's not too pungent. And I'm keeping to the shape of how I lay it down too. Don't get scared of getting your fingers dirty. It's part of painting. You're gonna get dirty regardless if you want to or not. Trust me. Trust me. I know I said that a little creepishly, but it's true. Alright, I like that. Alright, so down over here. Gonna mix up that white and light green. Hello, Area Mac. How long have I been painting for? Well, I think it's only been about 3 years, but I've grown up doing drawing, like graphite drawing, pencil art for many, many years since I was 10 years old, which, not to age myself, but that was 20 years ago. Yeah, so I've been drawing for about 20 years. I've always wanted to get into paints, never thought I would be good enough. But a friend of mine actually, yeah, I'm old. Well, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to grab some paint color here because I have it a little too neon light, so I have to get some other color. Sorry, this is like really uncomfortably close up. I'm so sorry. This is very awkward for us all. I apologize now. But yeah, I've always wanted to paint. Always wanted to paint. I've always been a huge fan of Bob Ross. It was one of my favorite programs to watch when I was a kid after I'd get home from school or Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings were not Saturday morning cartoon days. I mean, some Saturdays were, if they were anime for this nerd. They would be for anime Sundays. But then as soon as that was over, we would turn on Bob Ross. And we would watch Bob Ross for most of the day, however long they would show him on PBS. And even now, as an adult, I put on Netflix, I put on Bob Ross, and we just listen to his very soft, calming voice and watch him paint. My 5-year-old and 10-year-old, they absolutely adore him now. I gotta add a lot more white to this before I can, because it's not light enough. But yeah, very huge family staple in this house, and I've always wanted to paint, but oil paints are very expensive, and they smell, there's a lot of chemicals. There's a lot of factors that you have to take in when it comes to oil paints. And so a friend of mine wanted to do a wine and paint night. Like, I don't know if you've heard of those Design and Wine or Wine, or what is it? Like, I can't remember the others. All I remember is Design and Wine. Design and Wine is just one of a few franchises that do wine and paint nights. And so we did one on our own at her place, and I fell in love with painting. I thought it was just so relaxing and wonderful and lovely and amazing. Yeah, I'm having to add a lot of white to this. But yeah, it was just so much fun, and I couldn't stop. I ended up painting so much. I was going through canvases and paints like crazy, and then I decided, you know what, I want to push my limits. I want to get out of my comfort zone. And I did. I fell in love with wet road style oil paintings. wet road style oil paintings are gorgeous in my opinion, and I wanted to paint that. And now I constantly have people bugging me to buy my paintings, which is nice. It's very nice. But it's a little intimidating as well. Oh, that was a notification. That was another notification. Oh, thank you, Ariel. You're very sweet. But yeah, it basically was just a fascination that then came into fruition, and now I can't paint enough, and I'm really happy that people are wanting to buy my paintings, because honestly, I've been unemployed for a few months now, and I've been having a hard time wanting to work in a facility or work at a place ever again. Never been good at that. I've never been one to do well in a workplace. But to be able to paint and people just want them, that's the dream, right? That's the dream. So hopefully it does well for me, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll be a permanent situation for me. One can hope. I'm gonna have this just kind of drip down this way too, because I think it would look really nice to have it kind of just crawl out of that center there. Just like one particular plant got planted here, and it just kept growing, and it just spilled and billowed out is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to communicate with my hands since it's a little like too close up, and my face would take over the entire screen, and I don't want that, so you're welcome. Okay, Ariel, well, we will be here. Yeah, my fiance is avoiding painting. He is very much avoiding painting with me, and I will murder him if he does not. But, you know, that's what he wants. If he wants to be murdered, you know, that's his thing. I don't know anybody who really wants to be murdered. I don't know. I'm totally kidding, by the way. I'm not going to murder my fiance. I love him dearly. He puts up with me, which is saying a lot, because I don't even like putting up with me. I'm just going to add some more green into this background area just to help incorporate it and kind of break it up from that back wall there, because... Hey, Zombie Issues! Hey! Oh, thank you! Missed you? I have actually been wanting to know where you have been, lady. I'm just kind of adding in... Excuse me. Just adding in some color. I want to bring in some color. Break up some stuff here. Add some variations. As us fine artists do. Variations of color. To help the refined artist. I'm not even understanding what I'm saying, so ignore me. Feel free to ignore me anyway. Have you been, Zombie Issues? Love having you back again. I feel safe, Whispers. Call the police. Thanks. Thanks, dear. Wow. You realize the internet takes things a little too seriously sometimes. Just saying. I should just be the obnoxious painter. That's my thing. The obnoxious painter. Because I am not a professional. I'm completely self-taught. And I know how annoying I can be. There we go. Yes, tiniest little bit. That's all I want on my paintbrush. There we go. Even that was a little much, but hey, you know what? It works. God dang it. Why is my throat like wanting to kill me? Where's my water bottle? I thought I brought my water bottle over here, but did I? I don't think I did. Did I leave it at my desk? No. Where is it? Oh, I don't know where I put my water. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to look for my water bottle. I did leave it over there. Dang it. Oh well. Guess I'm gonna go without. Cleaning the brush. Again, just keeping my brush hydrated because these water-based paints work really well if your brush is nice and hydrated, because that's, I don't know, it just does. I don't know why, it just does. And I'm just stippling some color in throughout, helping blend it all in so it's all like one world. It's all one cohesive area where light just bounces all over the place. Not one thing, it's just one solid color. Everything has its highlights and its dark tones and everything. All right. You've been on when I've been asleep and I've been better, but better now than I was a couple weeks ago. Well, zombie issues, I'm glad you're doing better, but you are always welcome to come here, vent your frustrations. I always have my email too in the description of every video. So if you ever need somebody to talk to, don't hesitate to send me a line, shoot me a message, say hey, just need someone to listen to me, you know, just want to vent. I know how hard life can be on everyone, especially this year. This year has been tough. Oh god, this year's been so tough on everyone that I know. Everyone that I know has been going through a really tough 2018. So I feel you, girl. And you're always welcome to send me a message. I know sometimes you just need somebody to just hear you. Sometimes it also helps to hear some opinions from people, but sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you just really, truly just want somebody to hear you. You want to feel heard. You want to feel important. There you go. So this orange isn't as opaque as I would hope, but it's opaque enough, I feel like. So I'm going to grab some pink now. Shake your paints. Then disperse. Not too much. I just need a little bit. I'm also going to go ahead and get out some lighter pinks. I got this pink parfait. I almost like, seriously was like, parfait? No, parfait, Sarah. Parfait. Have some class. Ugh. I can't have class. I'm just a girl that was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Class is not in my vocabulary. Although I try. There we go. So let me see. I don't want to make... Oh, no problems I choose. You can ask my fiance, who's actually a part of the live stream right now too. He's watching this from work of all places, but he knows that there are times where I just want to vent, and he doesn't always understand that. And I actually have to straight up be like, let me vent. And he's just like, oh, that's what you wanted. Okay, sorry. Please don't kill me. And yeah, he's getting there though. He's learning. Very slowly, but he's learning. Some men are faster than others when it comes to understanding women and the ups and downs of womanhood. Just ups and downs in life, period, too. Ups and downs in life can really suck. But yeah, I'm sorry that I've been live streaming when you're asleep. I know I'm trying to live stream a lot earlier now too, so that way East Coast folks and even other locations around the world too can join. Although it's hard for my friend Julia. She lives in Japan. Sweet, wonderful, amazing woman that is. Oh, Julia's amazing. She's an amazing model. She's an amazing mother. She's beautiful inside and out. Wonderful woman she is. She's got a big career ahead of her in modeling, too. Really proud of her for continuing her endeavors, even while being a freshly new mommy. Well, I mean, not a freshly new mommy, but some kind of alarm for when I lose connection. Not you guys. I need YouTube to put in some kind of alarm, some kind of beep or something, so that way I know that my connection died. Because this is annoying. Thank you, Candace. Yes, I am back. Ugh. Freaking YouTube. Like, they want to put in all these, like, notification alarms and everything. Like, oh, ring the bell. It's like, hey, how about you put a bell when I'm live streaming so that way I know if I've been cut off. Reborn, Sarah. How's the afterlife? It is dark, bleak, and lonely. Not as wonderful without you guys. But also rather quiet. Kidding. I love you guys. You guys make my live streams so worth it. I tell everybody all the time that I love live streaming because of my viewers. If it weren't for you guys, I really would not be keeping up with live streaming. It would not be a priority at all. It's seriously just because of how awesome you guys are. Just off of that basis alone. So I'm just scraping off excess paint and scooping it back up to the tip, very tip, so you can see the little ball there. Heh, yeah. I have a very colorful vocabulary. It's funny because when I had my oldest, I tried incorporating the swear jar, and my brothers especially were just like, yeah, no. And I tried fighting them on it, but they wouldn't get it. And so I just started cussing around my child, and and I'm really glad that I did. And I'll explain why. I know a lot of parents out there don't agree with cursing around your kids, and that's fine. I personally think that, it's part of the real world, it's part of real life, it's something they're going to have to face eventually, that adults cuss. So it's best to just, like, get them kind of, like, adjusted to it while they're young. Just have them get adjusted to it. Have them understand, adults cuss. It's a thing, because even when I came around adults that I highly respected and when they would cuss, it still shocked me, even though I grew up in a house where my parents cussed all the time. My parents cussed a lot. You know what? I'm really liking this area now. When I first started, I was so angry with this area, and now I'm not. So I'm really glad we did what we did here today because, oh my God, I was angry. I don't ever get so mad at my paintings where I don't care to paint anymore. I just get to a point where I just like, I cuss at it mentally. But yeah, anyway, speaking of cussing again, yeah, I'm glad I did. Colorful profanities, cursing is good for kids to hear. Yes, exactly. Thank you, zombie issues. um, yeah, oh my God. My kids actually tried to cuss when they were little, and I explained to them, no, you can't do that because you're not an adult. But I would let them experiment, and I would let them come up to me if they heard something and they're like, I don't know if this is a curse word. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And they're like, I don't want to get in trouble. And I'm like, you're not going to get in trouble. Just, talk to me. I don't mind telling you what's a cuss word and what's not. Because if it's not a cuss word, then you can say it, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, so it's this word. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that is a cuss word. And no, you should not use that, but now you know. And they're like, oh, okay. And my kids, they don't cuss. I mean, every now and then they try. And I kind of commend them when they do try because they try in very clever ways, which catches me off guard. And that's where I kind of get like, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad when they're being clever in their ways of trying to cuss. I give them props, but then I'll still kind of like, slap them upside their head and I'm like, don't do that again. Because I'm one of those parents. I'll give them props, but I'll also give them just a little smack. Just to be like, yeah, you're still my kid. And yeah, you're still in trouble. But that's it. You're not grounded. You're not getting stuff taken away. That's all. Because I like to mess with my kids too. My kids have a great sense of humor, and I like to mess with them. My oldest is obsessed with Liza Koshy right now, and so I love messing with her. Love messing with her. All right, so I'm going to loosen the tripod again here so that way I can turn you guys onto my messy desk because we're going to focus on this area now. Let's see, do I have enough time? Ah, shoot. Okay, I have about 20 minutes. So around 2:50 is when I gotta go because I gotta fix myself up. I gotta make sure I don't have paint on me. And I pick up my kids. But we're doing excellent progress today, guys. I'm sorry. See, I'm telling you, I should be the obnoxious painter. Ah! Okay, let's see. What do I want to do on this side? There's a lot of reds and oranges on this side of the reference. Total change of topic. IKEA. Oh, IKEA catalog. Yes. I love IKEA. My fiance is not so fond of IKEA, but I am. So, okay. So we're going to... Well, I don't have the foliage down as far as this, so I'm not going to need so much green, but I still can incorporate some green in here just to kind of help break up all that color. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to do the dark greens. We're going to do Daryl over here. Come on, Daryl. It's time to get put back to work. Your break is over. Daryl is my stipple brush. Thanks to Candace, we now have a name for him. The nasty stipple brush. His name is Daryl, which I love it. I don't think there's an IKEA near me. Oh, no. Oh. The heartache. I am so sorry, zombie issues. I did not know the wonders that is IKEA until they finally decided to bring one back here in Vegas because there was one here a long time ago before I was even born, I think. And then it got taken down. I think there was like a fire or something. My mom knows this story because my mom was obsessed with IKEA even back then. And so yeah, she was one of those people that was vouching for IKEA to come back here to Vegas, and it finally did. And oh my God, did I not know what I was missing out on? Oh, I love IKEA. I will actually tell you guys my bookshelf, my dresser, one of my dressers, Whole Foods. Oh, geez. you just got a Whole Foods not too long ago. Oh my God. It is DIY for the soul. The soul. Yes, DIY for the soul. Love IKEA. But yeah, I have a lot of things from there. I mostly get their food because, I'm a fatty at heart, so I love their food. And oh God, everything about that place is just amazing. Love their little trinkets that you can get there too, like their bottles, their kitchen tools, all kinds of stuff that you can get there. It's really an awesome place. Really awesome. So again, we're not trying to kill off the dead areas, but we are trying to bring in some oranges. Trying to keep it nice and bright and vivid. Again, rotate the brush. Trying to, there we go. There we go. Nice and bright and vivid. Put it over the tree trunk so that way we can get that nice and hidden in the foliage. All that fun stuff. Alright, so let's see, what other colors do we need here? We need reds, pinks, yellows, like a golden yellow too, it seems. But I'm not going to do a golden yellow. I think I like the contrast of the orange with the pinks and reds. I think that really helps incorporate the pinks and reds together, because pinks and reds can be a little yucky with each other. I'm a fatty at heart too, as well as physical sense. Oh, I have actually, I've been trying to burn it off because my best friend's wedding is next month, and I'm one of her maid of honors. And I've got a double chin going here. Like, I mean, seriously, I put on a lot of weight. And, yeah, I'm a martial artist, so it's a little bit embarrassing for me. So, I always try to remind myself that I need to stay fit to a point, not hurting myself or killing myself to do so, but I do have a bit of a reputation to uphold, and I've not been upholding that at all, especially as of late. I think I don't want that lemon yellow. I want to try this true yellow because I want to see how opaque this color is, because I've had problems with yellows before being very sheer. So I want to see how well this color is. And I did actually need to highlight this other side with just a little specks of yellow. Just kind of help incorporate that. Yeah, this one's really sheer as well. Very sheer, but that can be helped by just kind of getting a bit of a splooge on your brush and then just allowing it to splooge on the canvas. There's other ways of tricking your paints as well. Like you can add some darker, more opaque colors like an orange, and have that mixed in with some white and more of the yellow, and get back into that yellowy color, but it can also distort the color to where it's not something that you may originally want. So that is something to keep in mind. There's ways around it, but not always. Sometimes it comes at a price. Sorry if I'm not really reading your guys' comments right now. I'm just trying to throw in some of this yellow here before moving on yet again, because I forgot to add the yellow, and I don't want to overdo it, so I think I'm going to stop there before I do overdo it. Just a little bit down here. There we go. That's it. Okay. Now I'm just pushing some of the paint into the canvas so that way it's not too... I'm not one for chunky paint on a canvas. I'm really not. Um, if that sounds weird. I like my canvases to be nice and smooth. It's a very weird texture thing. So let's see. I do jujitsu. Oh, Candace, jujitsu. I've done Shotokan, Aikido, and Iaido. Three martial arts are that are all my favorites. I love them for different reasons, obviously. But Shotokan was my very first one. Then I got into Aikido, and then I got into Iaido, and I loved Iaido, the samurai swords and katanas and everything, and the bokens. I actually broke my boken in an Aikido class one time, and that was fun. Because then we were just sitting there in class going, oh, she broke her boken. Ha! Yeah, because it's funny. um, yeah, no, I won't spar you, dear, because you grapple. I'm not very good at grappling. I didn't get that far into Aikido. I've lost some weight, but I've been eating a little too much lately, and it's creeping back on. So, oh, zombie issue. I am right there with you, girl. I had Cracker Barrel today. I am not supposed to be eating greasy, heavy, deep fried foods, but my mom offered Cracker Barrel, and I took her up on it. Again, I hope my dad's not watching. But anyway, just again looking at this. Yeah. Mm-hmm, dear. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's gonna go over real well. Either I'm gonna get hurt or you're gonna get hurt, or I'm gonna get hurt and you're gonna like get mad at yourself in the process, and there's gonna be hurt, guaranteed. Whether it be feelings or physical, there will be hurt. So let's just not. Let's just avoid that. Okay, so I'm just going to add some red. Again, I'm going to avoid that green because I don't want to kill off that dark area. So I'm just adding in some of that red around. I'm going to dabble in some of the more textured later on. I'm sure you guys are a little curious as to why I'm stippling it on and not dabbing it on with a smaller brush like I've done over here. This is just basically to lay down the color. So it'll be easier for it all to kind of mix in together later on. And I just covered most of that orange. And I shouldn't have done that. But you know what? You know what? It's okay. It's okay. We can always go back. We can always go back. Cover some of the dark green here because I don't want it too green. There you go. I can always go back, let that dry for a second, and then go back with the orange. So that's a miraculous thing about acrylics is you can do that. It dries fairly quickly, so you can always just go back over. Just on the areas that you want it back. You want it back and revived. It actually blends really well once it's just the slightest bit little wet too. And it gives like a nice little interesting look to it as well. So there you go. There. I actually really like that. That's really nice. Okay. Back to my reference. Are we time? Is it time for some pinks and yellows? I think so, but let's see what time it is first. I have some time left, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do pinks first, since pinks are on the outer edges. Just right over here is where there's some pinks. That's about it. So there is some pinks on the other side too. Even though I already washed my brush, I'm going to go back in and just kind of... There we go. That's good. I don't need any more pink. There's a lot of pink on the other side, so we can let this side shine with some yellow, which we're going to do right now. Yay, yellow time. I am going to mix it just in a slightly bit with some orange just to help with that pigment. Ooh, maybe I should have mixed that in my brush a little bit better. That's all right. There you gotta rotate your brush around so that way you're not creating any noticeable patterns. Don't want it to be too noticeable. So I'm gonna just have this kind of creep off over this way. There we go. I think that orange is really helping and kind of giving off that golden tone that I was mentioning earlier. It's really nice. Really nice if I do say so myself. This is going to definitely be a bit of a work in progress for me, so I may not record my finishing on this. If I do, you guys will know, of course. I will be live streaming all that, but alright, I think I kind of overkilled on that, but I can always go back in with some of that red. Drying off the brush, get Daryl back in that red. Yeah, there we go. Not too much. See, it's all about layering. All about that layers. All about the layers. All that layers. No trouble. Sorry. My mind just gets weird when I paint. I get really goofy and silly. There you go. I think that's good for some of that base. Yes, you know what? That is good for a lot of base, actually. So I'm going to let that dry. And then tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, we'll go back in and we'll do the texturing that we've done on this side to this side. Because this will be all dry. We'll be able to do that. Then we'll be able to finish with... Actually, no. We'll be able to finish with the walkway, shadows from the gate, and then the tree. So let's get you guys all zoomed out. Where do I put my freaking palette? There it is. All right, there we go. All right, let's get you guys up here. Sorry, I know it's a little shaky. And I'll zoom you out. Whew. There we go. There we go. Had to remember which way to crank it to tighten it again. But yeah, so let's go ahead, bring this up to you guys to see. So that's a little wet still, as you can see there. But we have all of this that we worked on. We had all that background there. Just make sure you guys can see without any of that glare. And we did all the foliage up in there, creating all that nice, lovely contrast. So yeah, we are almost done with this puppy. I almost forgot too, we got to do the grassy walkway. Yes. So I do have to get going. Thank you guys so much for joining me though. This was a lot of fun, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to finish this because I'll be starting a lot earlier tomorrow, possibly 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys are at all interested in watching, bye!